And if you think that you're an entrepreneur because you own a business, I hate to break your little heart, but you're not. This is really just to create business talk, allowing you guys to meet other people, other detailers that are business owners that want to achieve their goals. My name is JJ Mother Vola. I started off as a tire apprentice mechanic at a little tire shop. I then went to become, I worked at a quick lube place. That's actually where I learned the start of my sales journey, which I'll tell you my first sales experience. Short. I've seen a life where it all gets ripped away. And then I've also seen the life of working hard and dedicating yourself to something that you love and you believe in and seeing it all come through. To me, that is what creating a true legacy and a strong community within your town, city, country, whatever it is. Hey everyone, welcome to our very first podcast episode. And quite honestly, this podcast or YouTube series, whatever the heck it is, I actually haven't even really decided yet. But this podcast, this series is strictly for automotive detailers. And this isn't a how to detail podcast or talk about any of that crap. Like, this is how to level up your own personal development skills, business skills, and really allow yourself to become the entrepreneur that I know that you're destined to be. Because I'm sure right now you created a business that you didn't realize actually how hard it was going to be to find clients, to ensure you have the utmost respect and a smile on your face, even though maybe there are times where you don't feel like smiling, that you need some skills to be improved in order to get your business to where you want it to be. And that's where I want to help. My name is JJ Vola. I am a business consultant specifically for automotive detailers. I help detailers become business owners and really achieve their dreams because I help detailers become entrepreneurs. And if you think that you're an entrepreneur because you own a business, I hate to break your little heart, but you're not. An entrepreneur is someone who gets to actually look at their business grow without being the technician within their business. And if you need help understanding what a technician is, it's the person who does all the labor. And ask yourself one question: would your business be able to continue if you got hurt? For example, let's just say you broke an arm or you broke a foot. Could your business continue? No. Or maybe it could, but not completely. So, how do we get to a point where one, your business can actually operate without you, but two, to actually grow your business without you having to physically touch every car? Yeah, this isn't something that's going to switch overnight, but if you make series of improvements and change the way you think about business, I guarantee you within a year to 2 years, you're going to have that business that we're talking about today. But again, I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make any of you drink the stuff, okay? Don't drink the Kool-Aid. But this podcast, this series, I don't even have a name for it. And actually, I'd love to get everyone's opinion on what you think I should call this YouTube podcast series. I'm thinking Beyond the Buffer. Huh? Anybody? No? Okay. And this is really just to create business talk, allowing you guys to meet other people, other detailers that are business owners that want to achieve their goals, that working the 9 to 5 isn't good enough because maybe somebody was yapping in your ear to tell you what to do all the time and you hated it. So you decided to actually want to go do your own thing so you didn't have to listen to it. Or maybe we have some car enthusiasts in the house, and that's okay. I'm a huge car enthusiast, and I love exotic cars, import cars, classic cars. I'm really diverse, my love, and I'm not biased to any car manufacturer whatsoever. I appreciate all the effort that goes into cars, how they're built, why they're built, the purpose they're built for, and the stories behind each and every car. Like, there's just cars to me is something special. And if I share that same passion with you, I hope you like this video. I hope you hit the subscribe button because I would love to create a cool relationship with you down the future. Okay. Because I know you want more out of your life. Why? Because I think it's destiny that you are here, a part of this podcast and being a part of my very first episode. So a huge thank you to you. And if you get any value out of this podcast or any podcast episodes in the future, please, 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 I'll never ask for you to make any financial investment unless you want to, but to have some support for this channel, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's introduce myself to you just so you know who the hell I am, okay? My name is JJ Mother Vola. Okay, I have been in the sales and marketing world for over 13 years now. I've learned a lot in the automotive industry. In fact, I've had almost every job you could probably think of in the automotive world. I started off as a tire apprentice mechanic at a little tire shop. I then went to become, I worked at like a quick lube place. That's actually where I learned the start of my sales journey, which I'll tell you my first sales experience shortly. And then after that, I went to go actually work as a dealership. Same thing, started off as an apprentice mechanic, but there was more opportunity. I got to become a service advisor very quickly. Did that, loved it, engaging with clients, and realized, you know what? I hated talking about service because it's other people's problems that they hated spending and getting their cars repaired. So I figured I wanted to go into car sales. Such a great opportunity. And I learned so much. Like, I think I was literally maybe 19, 20 years old when I became an actual car sales rep. Like, think about the skills I learned early off at a young age to actually be confident with the voice that I have and to interact with customers and to try to entice them to buy a 60 to $120,000 vehicle. It's pretty powerful skill to have. And if you don't have that skill yet because you didn't have the 10 years of sales experience, that's okay. That's why you're part of this podcast right now, to learn, to level up your skills. And I genuinely hope that you take something away from the knowledge and the experience that I've learned over the years. And then after that, I went to go and be a finance manager, like to talk about people's finance, get them pre-approved. Unfortunately, COVID happened, and didn't have that career opportunity as long as I'd like to. But COVID was a really big eye opener. The shift, right? How do you shift? And okay, maybe I had to take a step back. And then I went to go work for a power sports industry, which I ended up being the best sales rep for 3 consecutive years, making over $120,000 in sales every single year. It was a great opportunity. And it's funny because I wanted to start a mobile detailing business. Like, I would say 7 or 8 years ago, I had the full business plan. I had everything ready to go. My finances from the bank, looking at transit vans, and honestly, mobile detailing back then was just coming out to be. Like, it wasn't something that you considered, that you knew that was an option. It was something that you may have seen a neighbor get their car cleaned, and then all of a sudden the whole neighborhood is talking about it. But now, okay, right, since COVID came out and seeing how other guys are taking a part of the opportunity, that this is an entry fee to be a business owner without the extreme overheads, without the extreme cost of supporting a business, and that you can actually focus on building your clientele by being a smaller business, find your clients, and then when you're ready to get that shop, right? Because we also know that working in the elements just isn't feasible, right? You can't rely on the weather. You can't rely on the conditions that's going to affect the detail that you're doing. And I imagine that majority of you that are still mobile have dreams and aspirations to have your own shop, like just to have a central hub and a shelter where everyone knows where you are. Even if you still had your mobile service to continue the opportunity of not missing a detail or an opportunity to clean a car, but just somewhere where people know where you are, right? Like, this is where having your short term and your long term goals is going to affect you and your business. Okay. So, to tell you quickly about my story, listen, I've I've gone through a lot in my career. I've put myself in so much uncomfortable situations to level up my own skills, to be better at what I was doing, and it paid off. I could sit here and piss and moan about the fact that I didn't start the mobile detailing business 7 or 8 years ago, but I also didn't have the sales and marketing experience that I have today. And I was in a very fortunate position to be able to make 60 to $80,000 when I was 21, be able to make over 120,000 when I was like 25, 26. It's what allowed me to buy my house, my sports car, my motorcycle, and to give me a little bit sense of financial freedom. And I'm extremely grateful for it. But I'm definitely not upset about all the things that I've learned in these past 10 years. And I hope to really pass this information on to you. And just so you know, I am the shop manager of a detail shop called Hayes Detail that actually I took over the operations, and in the future I do plan to take over the business entirety. In 2023, okay, this is a business that's been operating one way for 20 years. And in 2023, this business did around 200,000. And by me coming in late 2023, making simple changes, learning how we could be more effective with our time, lower the cost of whether it's maybe chemicals, labor, staff, whatever, and focus on creating efficiency, great customer service, and bringing in more services, right? Not to make it confusing for the clients, but to create an opportunity to upsell clients. In 2024, we finished at $410,000. No Google ads, no Facebook or Instagram ads, maybe one email campaign that was sent in the fall from the data that we collected starting in January that allowed us to finish on such a strong note. And I'm telling you right now, okay, if you think it's just because JJ came in and all of a sudden things are better, no, no, there was every car was an opportunity. Every reason was a way to make more money. And this is what I want to teach you guys. That yes, there's no question, finding clients and finding leads is the first obstacle. I get that. But how do we continuously want our customers to feel like they need to continue using your service every 3, 6 months to a year to always create that reoccurring revenue and to create opportunities where customers want to use your service? So, this podcast, this series, whatever it is, I hope to actually do it for a long time because I just genuinely love talking. Creating some jokes here and there. But this series is just a way to really connect with you guys. I want to be able to meet other detailed business owners that have ambitious goals, that want to see their future come to life, that have very unique visions that is only in their head, but we can make those visions come true, right? We can see our dreams and become them and make them as a reality. Okay, so this podcast, this series is strictly for business growth for detailers. Now, I'm not going to turn anybody away that doesn't want to be a part of this series if they have a mobile service business, whether maybe you're a dog groomer, a window cleaner, or whatever the case is. You can implement a lot of the things that we're going to talk about in your business. So I appreciate you being a part of this podcast series, even if you're not an automotive detailer. And again, if you're aspiring to want to be one, I got a lot of tips to share with you in the near future and how you could even start a mobile detailing business without buying a vacuum and without using a power washer. But we'll talk about that in the future. And, just quickly, my story, not just about my career, but just my life. Like, I've gone through a lot. I've also been very extremely fortunate. Like my parents, mom and dad have worked their asses off in their life to give me the opportunity that I've had. And unfortunately in 2008, it was a really hard time for my family. Stock market crash, we lost everything. My dad got sued from his business partner, had to leave very quick, had to basically liquidate everything that we owned. And it was unfortunate to see. I was 12 years old when this happened. And it still gives me goosebumps today when I think about it because it was such a hard time to watch my family to work so hard over their whole life to their in their 20s, their 30s, raising me and my sister to give us the opportunity to then within less than a year get it all washed away because of just the situation that wasn't even in their control. And this is what inspired me to be an entrepreneur to help business owners not go through that pain, because guess what, I watched my parents cry a lot in my life, especially in that time. It was a hard time, right? You see everything you built. My dad built multiple businesses. My mom built this house and created a very warm space, right? And the relationship broke. They separated. They went to go live their own lives, and they're still rebuilding from that loss. So, needless to say, I've seen a life where you have it all. And I've seen a life where it all gets ripped away. And then I've also seen a life of working hard and dedicating yourself to something that you love and you believe in and seeing it all come through. And that's why I'm so grateful to say that I have a house. I'm grateful the fact that I have a 93 Mazda RX-7 that I cherish every time I go for a ride. And having my dream motorcycle, a nice little Harley Softail built like a cholo and just screaming at the top of its straight pipes, basically to piss everyone else off. Right? There's so much things that I'm so grateful for because of the hard work. So I've lived a lot in my life. And ever since I was a kid, building or collecting Hot Wheels cars, to building little die-cast models, to building RC drift cars or off-road cars. Like I've loved cars my whole life. And I had just such a big passion for it. Like every car on the road has a story to tell. Every car is a reason that somebody believed in the vision, millions of dollars that get produced just to design this one car. And this again, the story, like I don't know how to, to explain it other than that. It's a really cool experience to to love cars. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there who look at them like they're just a bunch of just metal nuts and bolts. And guess what? They're right. But to some people out there, cars are more than just cars. They're more than just an A to B. And then that's why I've immersed myself in so many of the different industries, like being a tire jockey, service advisor. The car industry is all I know. But the detailing world is something special because you really get to transform somebody's appearance, the feeling. Like, do you ever notice how a customer will pick up the car and just maybe feel a little bit better, feel a sense of like a new beginning? Like it's just a cool experience, and they're so grateful for how hard you worked in bringing their cars back to life. The shine, the paint is they've never seen the car so good before. It's just an amazing experience, and that's why, like, let alone the car industry, the detailing industry. And I'll be honest and say, I do not have a passion for detailing cars. It is hard work. It is labor intensive. And quite honestly, it's pretty disgusting, especially some of these cars that we've cleaned in the past 2 years at Hayes Detail. But there is something special about it. And I love the business model. I love the fact that you can literally have a vacuum and some sort of way to wash a car and start making money. You don't have to have a building. You don't have to have all the nice equipment. You just need to understand what it takes to create a very simple, easy business, have extremely great positivity within yourself. So that way it reflects into your customers. And that way they love using you to want to use you again. And I'm going to be honest and say, a lot of times it's not about how clean that you made the car or how nice, shiny everything is. It really isn't. And not to say I hate the fact that a lot of the detailers on forums, Facebook groups, like focus on the actual detailing. And I understand the better you are, the more it's going to shine through. The more time you put into a car, the more it's going to be recognized. But do you know why customers want to use you again? It's because the feeling you made them feel during the experience. And the only example I can really just help you understand in just a very short time is if you've ever gone to either Tim Hortons, McDonald's coffee, and Starbucks. Like those two businesses, they serve coffee, right? That's what they're known for. It's what they started off. Maybe not necessarily McDonald's, but definitely Tim Hortons. Like I'm a Canadian boy. And when you go to these two different businesses, why are people spending $5 to $10 on a specialty coffee drink when they could go to Tim Hortons and have it simply just made for a fraction of the cost? It's because the way they're treated. Every time I walk into a Starbucks, I get treated with respect, kindness, great energy, and it feeds off of yourself and the people that work there and other customers that are there. They go there because there is a higher standard. And that's why people are willing to spend extra money. It's not because you're the best detailer in town. It's because you treat people with respect. Maybe you over deliver. Maybe you are always offering your customers with small little gifts that they feel rewarded. That it's like a free little thank you every time they use you. Like business is such a great way to really connect with your customers, and every time they're gonna need their car cleaned, like, you are first in mind. Yeah, sure, maybe not every time because it is cheaper to go to an automated car wash. It is cheaper for someone just to go vacuum it out themselves, but to the people, especially in the times that we're living in, it can seem very overwhelming, right? Everything always seems chaotic. We always feel like we don't have enough time, and guess what? People are gonna justify using your service than spending the 2 to 3 hours to clean their cars by themselves. Right? This is why you are special. So, truly, I help detailers think and become entrepreneurs to one day find the shop, to have a great team, a great work culture that you created, right? It's really all you to create a culture that your team loves to show up every day, no matter the situation, no matter the cars that they have to clean. It's because they want to stand with you, right? They don't want to be your competition. They love what you're doing. And then to one day hand over the trust to the people that you've worked so hard to build them up to be your go-to team, the right team that you can rely on, and put more trust within them. Give them more opportunities, more financial rewards for allow them to step up. And then, and then, okay, we're not talking financial freedom just yet because that takes a series of years and dedication and focus, but you could potentially be able to step back from your business just a little bit more so way you can invest your time into building raw connections, network with other business owners, maybe car enthusiasts, whatever you want to do. There's so much opportunity. Instead of feeling like you created a business with shackles that's around your legs, and I'm telling you right now, you are not going to enjoy your detailing business when you hit 40 or 50 years old and you start slowing down and you wonder why you ever even started a detailing business because of how labor intensive it is and how repetitive it is. You are going to lose the passion real quick. Right? I don't have a passion for detailing cars. I have a passion for being in the car industry and meeting other like-minded people. That's my passion. The detailing is just the in between. And there's no difference than me when I was a mechanic and I had a passion for working on cars and I'm working on everyone else's problems and everyone's coming to me with their issues and asking me to fix their ball joint or their tires or blah 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 blah. You lose that passion really quick. So if detailing is your passion, I love that for you, but change your mind. Change the thought of one day watching your detailing business grow and that you have such a great team and you have such a great support from your friends, maybe other local businesses that are cheering you on. To me, that is what creating a true legacy and a strong community within your town, city, country, whatever it is. Okay. And just to make this really clear, okay, this is not a how to detail podcast. All right, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to think that you signed up because you listened to me want to rant on about the latest and greatest detailing supplies, chemicals, etc. If anything, I am going to promote my own product line called Hayes Detail Products that I started 2 years ago. And that was actually the beginning of Team HDP, Hayes Detail Products, with a caveat of hungry, driven people. Because what I've learned in my career, the people who have nice cars, even the ship boxes, okay? Even the things that are just put together with zip ties and gum and glue, whatever. These people appreciate the hard work that they put in from themselves, so that way on a nice beautiful Sunday morning they can go and enjoy the things that they worked hard for. And you get out of their car, walk 10 feet, turn around and smile. Every time I get out of my RX-7, it's the first thing I do. It's because I'm so freaking grateful for the fact that I even have this opportunity to enjoy the life that I have. And when you look at someone that has an exotic car, yes, you know what? You're probably going to sit there and think, oh, he's stuck up. He's must be nice, all this stuff. You don't know the situation, the pains that they had to go through, the hard work. Yeah, there's no question. There's a lot of opportunities where people had things handed to them on a silver platter. Absolutely. But there's a lot of people that don't get recognized for the hard work that they've put in over the years, the sacrifices that they've made, and that you're going to make for yourself. And you hope that one day someone is going to look at you and think that, wow, that guy must have worked hard for the nice things that he has. Take that into consideration. And that's why I love being around, submerging myself with other great like-minded people such as yourself. So if you ever feel like you want to reach out to me and have a quick conversation, maybe you have questions, maybe you want to level up your own personal skills, your business knowledge, because I'm going to call you out right now. It's nothing against you, but I guarantee you, you definitely didn't take a 3 to 4 year business college degree for a business certificate just so you could start an automotive detailing business. T- Tell me I'm wrong, right? You started this business because you were tired of somebody either telling you what to do, or maybe you have a strong passion in cars, and this is what's going to lead you to owning your dream car one day, right? It doesn't matter how you became a business owner. What matters is that you're here, you started this, and now it's time to level up your own personal skills, your knowledge about business, so you can actually enjoy the business that you create instead of feeling like you basically created a prison that you have to show up to every day or else your bills aren't paid for. There's a way of doing this smart. I want to help you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And hey, just so you know, okay, at the time of the recording this podcast, and there's a reason why you're listening, there's a reason why you came this far to listen to the first episode, because I appreciate you so much, is because we do have our own online course called the Detailers Growth Academy, right? You can find at thedetailconsultant.thinkific.com, and you can actually sign up for free at the time of this recording for this podcast. Yes, if you're listening to this 6 months to a year from now, I hate to tell you that that promotion or that offer is probably gone, okay? But it doesn't mean that we can't hop on for a free Google Meet call for about 30 minutes to an hour and talk business. Talk about why you got into this, where you want to be, and how I can help you, because I would love to see where you are today. And then I'd also love to check in a year from now and see where you got by implementing just different business tactics. Okay. So, this podcast, this series is about growing your automotive detailing business and being a smarter business owner. This is this is going to involve real talks, real business, and we are going to interview other detail business owners that started where you are, from an idea, from pen and paper that turned into something very special. We're going to have a lot of tips, tricks, and you know what? Maybe we will talk about products throughout the course, so that way we can actually educate you on what's going to help you save your time, right? A dollar saved, a minute saved is time well earned, and you can create more opportunities for yourself. Okay. We also have a community, like I was talking about, team HDP, hungry, driven people. There are people just like you, detailers that have big goals, big aspirations, and that want to talk to you, that want to connect with you. And you know what? You might not even know it, but there might be somebody right down the street from you where we can actually build a smart community of people who just want to see each other grow and wish each other nothing but the best. Okay. So, if you're having any struggles, if you feel like you're having burnout issues, maybe you're breaking down, maybe mental health is a concern for you, and everything is so overwhelming, then we need to talk. We need to sit down and help your future. It's important to you, and you know what? It's important to your business that you had the dream of starting. So, without further ado, this is the first episode. Many more to talk about, and I'll be honest, I know I didn't talk about everything that I that I wanted to. This is really a lot of it's just unscripted, and I really want to get your advice, guys. I want to know one, okay, what should I call this podcast YouTube series? Like, I'm gonna have other episodes where we can talk about just smaller nitbit stuff that's very educational within less than 10 minutes. There's going to be that as well. This is just a series of creating a fun space that you guys can listen to while you're working and really kind of just boost your skills. But what do you want to see on this podcast? What do you want to listen to? What are some obstacles and challenges that you want to overcome in your business? Let's talk about it. Okay. The next episode, we're going to be talking about why the detailing business. Like, it maybe you're someone who's in the beginning stages that is still wondering if this is right for you. Well, I'm here to tell you it is. So let's get into the next episode where we're going to talk about why the detailing industry, why it's so important to be a part of, and how getting started now, even though there's a lot of competition out there in the world, that you can still make it through and not be the cheapest one on the block. So if you got value from this, or if you appreciate the type of person that I am, I really genuinely just want to be raw and be straightforward with you guys. I want you to succeed in the goals that you have. But wherever you're listening, whether it's YouTube, maybe it's Spotify, whatever, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, hit the like, and be a part of something great. Be a part of a really cool community that's just going to see each other, cheer each other on, and wish nothing but the best for each other. So, thank you for being part of today's episode. Let's see you in the next one, and let's continue to level up your business skills. Thank you. Have a good one.